Hello dear students, today we will learn very interesting and dynamic chapter that is Review Python. Python is a computer language that we are going to understand. It is in your chapter, so watch the video very carefully. In this chapter, you understand very well. So watch the video very carefully. Now let's start.
Concept of Python language that you have studied in the previous class. Any task that you perform in your daily life consists of three steps: input, processing, and output. Have you ever tried to make a clay toy? Let us see the process of creating a toy by following the given steps. Take raw clay, mold the clay into the desired shape. Finally, color the toy and leave it to dry for some time. So, you see that the formation of a toy is divided into three major steps. Raw clay is the input, molding, coloring, and drying is the processing, and the clay toy is the output. A computer also works in the same manner. First, a computer accepts the data input by the user, then it processes the data, and finally it gives you the output. A computer performs all these operations with the help of programs. A program is a step-by-step sequence of instructions that help the computer to perform the given task. There are many programming languages that you can use to write the programs. For example, Python, C, C++, Java, etc. In your previous class, you have already studied the Python language. This chapter will help you in recapitulating the previously learned concepts of Python. Students, let us know about features of Python language. Python is a general-purpose high-level programming language which is simple and interactive, platform-independent, case-sensitive, object-oriented, interpreted language, uses variables without declaration. All these features make Python a popular language. It was created by Guido van Rossum at CWI, Centrum, Visconti, and Informatica. It can be used for designing console apps where text-based application is involved, like in C and C++ language. Desktop applications, web applications, mobile applications, machine learning, robotics, and performing scientific computing. Some popular applications which are designed using Python are YouTube, Google, Dropbox, Instagram, Quora, BitTorrent. Students, let us learn how to install Python on your computer. Let me share a tip with you. You can download various Python distributes from www.python.org/download. After installing Python, you will get the following screen. Students, let's know more. Python is an open source software. This means that its source code is available to the public. You can download it, change it, use it, and distribute it. This property of a programming language is called FLOSS, free, libre, and open source software. Students, now let's talk about working modes of Python. Python works in two different modes: interactive mode, script mode. Interactive mode. In the interactive mode of Python, the interpreter executes the statements one by one. After the first statement is executed successfully, it moves to the next statement. It means that in the interactive mode, the statements are executed line by line, giving the output instantaneously. To work in the interactive mode, follow the process given below. Click on the Start button, then go to Scroll down to Python 3.7, then go to Idle Python 3.7. It will open the Python shell window where you will see the Python prompt. Type the following commands in interactive mode and see the output. Print function. The print function can be used in interactive mode as well as in the script mode. It is used to display user-defined messages on the screen. Using the print function, we can also show the result of an expression once it is processed. There are many parameters or arguments that can be passed in the print function. For example, we can use many separators with print function to format the displayed result. These include comma to print the next value after a space, /n inverted comma new line to print the new value in the next line, /t inverted comma tab to print the next value after a tab space. One tab equals to 5 spaces. For example, idle. Idle is an integrated development environment for editing and running Python commands. If we type an arithmetic expression at the Python prompt and press the Enter key, the interpreter automatically evaluates it and displays the result. In this case, the interpreter acts as a simple calculator. It executes instructions one line at a time. In this mode, if you are evaluating an expression, it is not necessary to use the print function. For example, script mode. In the interactive mode, Python displays the results of expressions. In the script mode, however, Python does not automatically display results. We use an interactive mode when we write small programs because the output in the interactive mode is compressed between the statements and is not suitable for writing lengthy programs. So, to write lengthy programs, we use the script mode in which we can create and edit the programs. The files created in the script mode can be saved for later use. Writing a program in script mode. To write a program in script mode, follow the given steps. Click on the file, then go to New File option. A new file opens. Write the program and save your file by selecting the file, then go to Save option. The files in Python are saved with the extension .py. Once your file is saved, you can open the same file by selecting the file, then go to Open option. And execute the file using F5 key, or click on Run, then go to Run Module option. Students know the fact that the complete script is written in an editor such as Notepad in Windows. Students, let us understand variables. While creating programs in Python, you may require some storage location to hold the values to be used later. Whenever we need these values, we can draw these values from the storage and use them for processing. These locations that are used to store values in memory are known as variables. A variable can store only one data value at a time. When a new value is stored in a variable, its previous value gets overwritten. For example, a equals to 10 hash. The value 10 is stored in the variable a. B equals to 20 hash. The value 20 is stored in the variable b. C equals to a into b hash. The product of a and b, that is 10 into 20 equals to 200, is stored in the variable c. In the above example, a, b and c are the variables that store the values 10, 20 and 200 respectively. Rules to write the variable names. When you are specifying any variable name, you need to follow certain rules. A variable name must start with an alphabet, capital or small, or an underscore. A variable name can consist of alphabets, digits, and underscore. No other character is allowed. A Python keyword cannot be used as a variable name. Space is not allowed in a variable name. Remember, a variable name can be of any length. Variable names are case sensitive. Example, roll number and roll number are different variable names. Examples of some valid variable names are Stafford, staff underscore address, min value, max underscore value, age 1980, a 45R. Following are the examples of some invalid variable names. Invalid variable name, book name, reason, space is not allowed. 90 price. Variable name cannot start with a digit. Book.price. Dot is not allowed. Book at author. Special characters are not allowed. Min. Min is a keyword in Python, so it cannot be used as a variable name. Okay, let's know more. A keyword is a word that conveys a special meaning to the compiler. Students, let us learn about data types in Python. While writing a Python program, you need to work with different types of data. For example, if you have to enter the height of a person, you will be required to use the decimal value. But if you have to write the name of a person, then you need to use a string or a collection of characters. The type of data value that can be stored in an identifier, such as a variable, is known as its data type. The data type of a value or a variable is an attribute that tells what kind of data a variable can have. Data types help in classifying different types of data values used in a program. Python language has standard data types that are used to define operations performed on them and the storage method for each of them. The main data types used in Python are given below. Serial number, data type, explanation. Number 1. Integer. It is used when you have to work with whole numbers, positive or negative. These can be plain integer. Store values in the range of -21474833648 to 21474833647. Long integers support the values that lie beyond the range of plain integers. Bool represents logical values in the form of true and false. In Boolean, 0 represents false and 1 represents true. 2. Float represents floating point values. 3. String represents a collection of characters enclosed within single or double quotes. Examples of values and their data types are given below. Serial number, value, type. Serial number 1. Value 1500 to 1986. Type integer. Number 2. 709, 789, 17.234. Float. Number 3. 423.0. Integer. Number 4, Python underscore language. String. Number 5, 124, smaller than 987. Bool. Students, now let us learn type function. If you want to know what type of data you are working with, use the type function. It is used to return the data type of a value. Look at the following example. Students, let us find out about input function. In the earlier part of this chapter, we have used equal to sign, which is known as an assignment operator in Python. This operator is used to store a value in a variable. The value stored in a variable can be changed during the program execution. But to make the program user-friendly, input function is used, which allows the user to enter the value during the execution of the program as required. Program. Let us see what happens when you use input function with integer and float values. Program. In the above program, when you enter integer values and try to add them, the values are not added. Rather, they are joined together. Similarly, when you try to multiply these values, you will get an error as shown in the program given below. Program. This happens because the data type of a variable is a string by default, and a string can neither be added nor be multiplied. So, to convert this string into an integer or a float value, we use the functions integer and float respectively. Program.